What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and we're going to be talking about some things that you need to do right now. Many of you guys have been taking advantage of some of the Blitz offers. I was very excited to see that some of you guys were able to get into the store last night when it was going haywire. Shout out to you guys that follow me on Twitter at GmiasWorld. As soon as I got the info to be able to get a backdoor into the store, I immediately put it out there. I don't ever want any of my viewers to have to go through the struggle, even if some things are kind of haywire. You know what I'm saying? We got to find workarounds. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we can complain a lot and do whatever we want, but what I've learned is this, right? If I just make sure that my viewers know, I'm good. You know, everybody else, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? My viewers, you guys good. I'm going to always give you guys the information. Yeah, you can rage afterwards or whatever like that because it's still stressful. It was one of the most annoying things ever, but you still got what you were supposed to get ultimately, and that's all I really care about. So a lot of you pulled LT. A lot of you pulled Alan Page. Some of you guys weren't as lucky. I think a couple of you guys pulled Emmitt Smith and you were raging. You guys actually made me laugh because those type of emotions, when I rage and go wild, I can see it through you guys. We get really, really upset when we don't get what we want, but it's a gamble. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So what's going to happen is right now, we have the Lawrence Taylor. We pulled Alan Page in the previous video. We're going to actually put Lawrence Taylor here as the starter now because he's going to, Jadeveon Clowney's going to take a back seat, but we're going to put the power-up version right there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the things that we have to do. The specific chems and everything that we're going to be using is going to be a little bit different because we're going to be actually adjusting Julius Peppers and obviously Jadeveon Clowney. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and take off everything except for his his sprinter is going to stay and his lockdown. We're going to take off all of his abilities. The reasoning behind that is the NFL 100 players, these players start with abilities. Okay, so you're doing it wrong if you don't utilize those abilities. A lot of you guys that are here at the channel, both veterans and my new viewers, we're going to go ahead and discuss why it's so important to take advantage of these NFL 100 abilities. When you start a game and you're already highlighted, for those of you guys that play Superstar KO, you know what it is. You come out and you're already activated. You are going to be able to give your opponents just a nightmare of a game, especially when the wide receivers drop. Because Randy Moss is probably going to get started with Moss or Double Me. I think they might go with Double Me because Moss might be a little too OP because you'll just come out and just throw the ball for 6. It's going to be crazy. But whatever, that might mean that we're going to have cornerbacks that have defensive abilities to be able to counteract it. So it could make the game a little bit more interesting is what I'm going to use as the word for that. So we're going to go ahead and we took away all the abilities from Jadeveon Clowney now. We just want to double check it to make sure. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start upgrading LT. All right, now, like I said, if you guys missed the last video, please check it out because I got up at 12 a.m. for you guys to open up the pack. And it was good that I actually got up to do it because you guys were raging on Twitter at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm like, what is going on? Obviously, they're different time zones. So some of you guys in other countries, it was during the day. But for most of us in the United States of America, it's still a very unique time. It's 9 p.m. in California on the West Coast. And it's, it's early morning on the East Coast. So it was a wild, wild time. But we got through it for the most part. Some of you guys didn't get it, but I'm pretty sure that EA is going to allow you guys to get that pack the way that they did previously. So I wouldn't go too crazy about that. Just sit tight and wait it out. So pretty much we need 2630 to get him to that level, and then we're going to go ahead and put in his 94 overall power up. All right, so once we get him to this level right here, I'm going to show you guys what's going on with these actual chemistries and the Superstar X Factor. So you see this right here, the Unstoppable Force 100. Anything that has, you see how it's glowing? It has that little silver lining inside of it, and it has the 100 at the end. These guys are starting with it. So he's starting with Unstoppable Force. All right? You're going to have to play out of your mind to keep it on him because most people, the only way that you're going to probably get him out of this, to be honest, is if you run the ball and kind of get a certain amount of yards and let him get deactivated. The thing that's really, really bad about it though, is that after he loses it, it takes a lot to be able to, to get it back. You know what I'm saying? So with this, the way that we're going to be working right now, I'm going to be going over some of the things that I've noticed. First of all, we're going to put, he gets ×3 now, so we can actually take this one off of him. I really don't want to keep lockdown on him. I would like to put pass rush on him, guys, but for now, with the way that my team is set up, I have to kind of You know what I'm, like I gotta use the lockdown chemistry, but primarily for me, I want to put pass rush on him because I got 15 of these guys right now, and I want to add the power move and the finesse move to him. But it's gonna be kind of difficult for me to, adjust it. I'm gonna see if we can actually do it though. And we can, because Clowney right now, we can put as a backup and we can kind of figure it out. But just for the purposes of the video, we have to keep the lockdown where it is. We can obviously adjust it because of the way that everything is going to be. Like we're adding Alan Page also. So maybe our backups can get a little bit more. But what I'm going to do right now, we'll just do this. I'll do the math and everything later and figure out how it's going to affect the team a little bit later on. But right now we have 32, right? With him having ×3. So that is good, because we probably can get him with the pass rush by manipulating a couple of the other players with the chemistries. But, we have 32 of 30. That's going to be fine. Let's take a look at Alan Page in a second. The one thing that I want to point out, right, his tier 3 ability, he can now get Enforcer. All right, Enforcer itself is a dangerous thing because dudes are going to fumble the football when they get blasted, right? So because of that, it's very, very interesting. The last things, okay, he finally will get Finesse Specialist. He's going to be OP with that. That's going to be insane when you give him Finesse Specialist. But some of you guys were wondering, like, Gmia, you're going away from Edge Threat, because I told you guys in the video before I even got him that we were going to actually go, if he can get Enforcer, we're going to get it. Because Enforcer, look, this is the situation, right? He starts off enraged and savage, so imagine who he hits. Remember, Pat Tillman is unique because they allow him to do whatever he wants. He may not be as OP with it, but he starts with unstoppable force. So if the guy comes out thinking it's sweet, even if he runs the ball and LT gets a clean shot on him with Enforcer, it's gonna be like, it's a chance that he's gonna fumble the football a lot earlier. Okay, now the Edge Threat Elite, this is more insane, but the reason to be like, it's very, very difficult for me to tell you, like, just go for Edge Threat Elite. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't tested it out. So okay, bro, go for that. Is it gonna work? Remember, Edge Threat was crazy. Edge Threat was really, really wild. You can see the difference. Edge Threat Elite might be also very, very wild. The Pass Rush Elite. I wouldn't really worry about this too much. This should be a no-brainer not to use because the majority of our opponents are going to run the ball every play. Now, this right here, the Pass Rush moves and increased QB pressure, the reason that this is unique is because it works also against the run. This is like specifically for the pass, so that might be bad for a lot of us. Obviously the Tackle Supreme, I don't really like that. If you're playing like salary cap, I think that works a little bit better with salary cap, but it's not really, really good for like regular like what we play. I don't think it's going to be very, very unique with it. Now, with this second tier ability, right, I would probably go with Power Specialist because Power Specialist works. I know it says a lot of things about during pass rush, but these abilities, you visibly see them throw people out the way. So because we're going to be going with Enforcer to kind of start and test it out, that's going to be something that we're going to all kind of see the result from. The interesting thing about this, though, is that now, with the way that this is, Power Specialist is a tier 1 ability. For the other players that we had, we didn't have that option. So because that's there, and you have the other thing like Secure Tackler, and then you have Clutch, Under Pressure, these are pretty garbage abilities for second tier. So, and like Unfakeable, you get faked out even more. It's the same thing from like last year. Reach Elite works because you can actually rip somebody's face open like right through the other defender. It's so ridiculous. You could literally, like, I don't know if you guys ever seen like the movies where they have like that fake thing where the guy puts his arm through the guy's body. You can really like put your arm through someone's body and tackle the other guy with Reach Elite. But again, for me, Enforcer is so unique. Just think about it the way that I'm trying to explain it. If we put Enforcer and we even get lucky a couple times during the game, those are fumbles. Now, we may not recover it, but it's going to be fumbles. Power Specialist, I think, has been good because that's primarily what I used early on both he and Von Miller. So I know that this works, and to my knowledge, it hasn't been tuned. So he's going to play insane anyway, but if all my veterans know, you have to have abilities on them in order to get anything, popping or whatever. Also remember that because he is a 95, you can also now get these other chems ×2. All right. Now he's going to lose strength because of Sprinter. And I want to tell you guys why I'm going to keep Sprinter with him. I want the speed. I know ideally I want to put, these different things on my linemen and my defensive ends and my linebackers. I want to put Brawler ×2. But for now, I need that. I just need that speed because Lamar Jackson is running amok and it's crazy. So we're going to keep it. Right now, I can't afford with the training situation to just do whatever I want. But I wanted to just let you guys know I'm going to try Power Specialist for my Tier 1 ability. I guess if we go Indoor Baller, it might not be something that is unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might not be something that we, that we want to do. Reach Elite, Under Pressure, I don't know about all those, man. I really, the Under Pressure, I tried it. I don't feel that it worked sufficiently. So I don't want to tell you guys to go ahead and do that. Reach Elite might have to be what we actually use just to make sure that, because it's not only against the tackle, sack for the pass and the quarterback. You can reach through people's bodies just naturally. So if somebody's blocking you, you can actually, get through that block simply with this. So it's something that's ideal. So more than likely, we're going to go Reach Elite, we're going to go Power Specialist, and we're going to go Enforcer. So that's the first thing. We only have about 105K, so we're dead broke at this point. So we're going to have to go now. We're going to worry about that later. We're going to go now and get like 4,000 more training by just trying to snipe something. Let's see, because like the prices in the store right now are not too crazy. Well, not in the store, the auction house, because the market is pretty much crashed. If you don't have LT or Eric Dickerson, everybody else is pretty trash. So if we could get like a low priced 92 or something, all right, 174. So they still have that situation going on. Maybe a 91 we can snipe, depending on what's going on with that. See, the 90s are very, very low. Getting lucky with a 91 might be ideal at this point. So let's see what we got going on with that. Okay, there's nothing with the Harvest doing that because everything had to be pretty much upgraded. 90 to 91, anything in the Blitz program? All right, so these are 90s, 91. Okay, so he's 101. All right, that guy's 100K. So we could go wide receiver then. And then, we just get that much more by getting a 91. It kind of works out. So we go 100, we'll buy this guy. I don't think that they should be training. I don't think that they go for Blitz bolts. I hope they don't. Because I just bought that, bro. Like, is it Blitz bolts? All right, good. So we get 6840 training for that. And then again, we're also dead broke, but we're going to go ahead and finalize what we're trying to do. So we should be able to successfully get everything else done. We're going to also be taking abilities off of Julius Peppers, okay? Because we're going to make Alan Page be that dude because he also starts with a major ability. So, and we can also utilize him on the outsides because he's a D tackle. And, we can maneuver him around. He's just unique in that aspect. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to Julius Peppers, and we're going to take everything off of him as well. So as far as like Fearmonger, I would urge you guys that, pretty much have a similar team to mine to make these adjustments. Because these players that start with these abilities, it's game changing. And I've played against several of them, and you're just like, yo, what is going on? Because your full focus should be to take that ability off. So even if you have to play and just throw a drag route, I hate throwing drag routes. That's like a pro thing, like you just throwing a drag, you got to post, like, all right, bro, whatever. I hate throwing drags, but you're going to have to. We're going to have to adjust, because if we don't adjust, that dude is going to be in the backfield immediately, and you're not going to be able to do anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the dealio? Okay, this is what I was saying, though. You see with Julius Peppers, how we're at 15 of 30? Because he's going to probably go inside and we're going to put Alan Page outside, we can actually manipulate that and make him actually have lockdown and give the pass rush to the guys that are going to actually be on the edges. But like I said, I will get to that later. I just wanted to more or less give you guys an understanding of what I'm doing with the squad. So as we discussed prior, I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to give him Reach Elite, which is a no-brainer for me because I know that it works. You're going to be reaching your arm through people's bodies and you're going to make those tackles. We're going to give him Power Specialist, okay? That always works with the run and the pass. You're going to be throwing guys out the way. And we're going to try Enforcer. Now, if we don't get the suitable amount of fumbles that I think we deserve after I test this out, what we're going to do is go back and get the lead, the reach, whatever elite, whatever this is, but edge threat elite. I was thinking about, the reach, whatever, the reach elite. We're going to go ahead and get edge threat elite because at least we know that this will keep him crazy off the edge. Now, because it's like one of those newer abilities that has unlocked, it might be OP to start and EA may tune it. But the one thing that we know, they tried to nerf Enforcer and then they had to fix it. So Enforcer works. Okay, so a clean shot on, you know, your opponent should yield very, very good results. It should be very, very close to a fumble almost every time. Now we go to Alan Page. All right, this is going to be very, very interesting because we're going to go ahead and add his ability. I don't think I've ever used anything on him other than, okay, that's 2630, and then that should be the item. I don't think I've ever given him abilities because, to be honest, I didn't think the D tackle was that important to do that with, so I just never did it. But now he has Fearmonger 100. Okay, so just think about that. Think about the fact that you're going to start the game with these guys ready to roll and rip your opponent's eye sockets out. And then remember also, these are other players that have the additional aspect of being able to get ×3. Don't forget that. That's very, very important, the 95 overall guys. So you want to refund that chemistry, get your stuff back, and then give them these other things to make sure that you're getting the most out of the chemistry. Because that's something that's very important to boost your players on the field. And again, with this, we'll worry about this later, but also ×2 is unlocked. So we'll be able to do a lot more with Brawler going forward. Now, this guy also gets Enforcer, and he also gets Edge Threat Elite. Now, this is something that's, okay, Finesse Specialist. Let's see what his Tier 2 ability is. Okay, he also gets Finesse Specialist as a Tier 2 ability. So that's excellent. What about Tier 1? All right, so we're going to give him also Reach Elite. Oh, no, wait a minute. He gets Finesse Specialist Tier 1? I just saw that. Yeah, he does. So what are the Tier 2 ones? Because we could actually do something else then. Unfakeable, that's all garbage. Finesse Specialist. All right, so it don't really matter. And then the Under Pressure, all that stuff don't matter. All right, so we gave him Reach Elite. We'll give him Finesse Specialist. And then we're going to also give him Enforcer. Okay, so it's going to be 3 Enforcers on the squad now. So some way, somehow, somebody's getting injured, and we're going to be just doing whatever we want. Because this is why I wanted to specifically talk to you guys about it, to make sure that everybody understands. They're starting off OP, and then you have more players that have Enforcer that's directly by the ball at the snap. Lawrence Taylor and Alan Page are right there. So usually the quarterbacks, after the most recent update, they fumble a little bit more. It's going to be even more enticing to see what happens with this situation as far as the way Enforcer works. Now, you could see that with this guy, he's not elevated. So everything is not working out with him with the pass rush, and also LT with lockdown, it's not doing anything, right? So you might be saying, what other chems would probably give them that highlighted blue and get them to 96 overalls? We would have to go ahead and play around with that, but I'm pretty sure that if we gave LT some more pass rush, as far as the finesse moves and stuff, he would probably go up. So let's go ahead and activate these two gentlemen real quick. So Lawrence Taylor, we're giving him Enforcer, Power Specialist and everything, and then we're going to give Alan Page all these other things. But it's the unstoppable, the NFL 100s. It's crazy. Bro, this is really insane. I just want you guys to understand, with these guys starting off with these abilities, it's absolutely insane. So the Unstoppable Force 100, Fearmonger 100, those are game changers. Now, let's look at what's actually happening with our teams, all right? This guy's at 92 speed with 94 excel. I don't like the fact that his strength is that low, and I would like to increase the strength using Fearmonger, but I need that extra speed. Now, would it matter if I give him the 91 versus the strength and just give him Brawler? Because Brawler is at that point where you get +1 speed, and then we give him the additional strength. We're gonna have to figure that out. But when you look at the 91 block shedding, 93 power move, 92 finesse move, bro, your opponent, more than likely, your opponent's gonna it's gonna be a wrap. Even if you don't have any crazy blitzes, your opponent is not gonna wanna play after you start the game like that and sack him a couple times. So these dudes are gonna be creating instant rage quits. I can guarantee that. You know what I'm saying? Like, once they see it, it's gonna be over. Now, look at the D tackle. You see, this is what makes Alan Page such a must-have. He's a D tackle with these numbers. Okay, 86 speed as a D tackle, but he has 88 power move, 93 finesse move, and 90 block shedding. These are game-changing numbers. I would like to have his power move at the 90 threshold, but that's something that we could add by giving, we could probably look at it and see what's going on with it, but he gets a little bit more finesse move. I don't think he really needs it. We could go after the power move aspect with block shed by using, I guess, the run stuff or something. We can go ahead and check that, but just look at these numbers. They're insane. It doesn't make any sense. But these are players that have earned the right to get it through the NFL 100. Now, there are other players that I'm going to be looking to get that I don't really want to say anything yet because I have to actually just do my research into it. Oh, you do get power move with this. So we got to get his power moves up a little bit more, because he does have the power move. He has the finesse move. We need to get this guy pretty much insane. Yeah, we got to get some more power move and finesse move on him. So we would leave it like that, but I'm pretty sure if we get these guys up to the 30 of 30 with our power move, and with pass rush, instead of, you know, having lockdown on this guy and trying to work the chemistries, these guys would be absolutely insane. But this is what you need to do. I'm telling you right now, go take a look at it. Make sure you use these chemistries. Now, if you do not have these players, I've shown you some of the things that you're going to want to put on them if you can unlock it. Finesse Specialist is absolutely insane, and it works. The Reach Elite is good for those of you guys that can't get to the higher tier players. And obviously, we're going to take a look at the Edge Threat Elite if Enforcer doesn't go as planned. All right, so definitely just, you know, get yourself set for some gameplay and some things that's going to be happening soon. I will be touching base with you guys as soon as possible. But thank you guys so much for the support over the last month. You guys have been unbelievable. I really appreciate your time watching the videos as we grow our squads and get them to that next level tier. I can't wait to share some more with you as soon as we start to upgrade a little bit more as far as the team goes. So go ahead and start adding some new chemistries, playing around with it a little bit, looking at different abilities. Let me know if you have any thoughts, comments. Leave it right there in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day and stay blessed. One love, y'all.